how I'm going to set up my planner for the rest of this year. Yep, 2025. Stay tuned and find out. Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I do a whole range of unboxings, creative, functional planning, journaling, memory keeping, you name it, you've got it, and also includes goal planners. And so this year, this 2026, I'll be using the Cultivate What Matters PowerSheets. Now, I'm not new to PowerSheets at all. I've been doing them since 2020. You can look right there in the playlist in the corner and it'll show you all of the different things that I've worked on in the past. So taking little bits and nuggets from what I've done in years past, I'm going to condense those down into several videos, this being the first one, on how I tackle those beginning pages in the beginning of each planner for the year. Now, I've done this, I think back in 2022 was the most thorough I did using these beginning sheets and organizing myself in a way that I can get these done in a timely manner before the next year starts. And I've already started, but I thought I would jump in with you about doing it and how I did it. So first of all, the first several pages in your PowerSheets, there's one with QR codes and like the copyright spot. And I thought that was really great real estate to use for putting in a planner on what I'm going to be doing and what pages and the timeline. Previously in other years, what I've done is found a corresponding month. So November starts on a Saturday. So I would have flipped through each one of these. If you're going to do it this year, you can go ahead and use the August 2026 calendar. What I did was I snipped these out. All you have to do is grab a pair of scissors and lift up this page, snip between the coils, and then you can take it out. And then you can obviously take it over to copy machine and copy it. I took the easy route this year and I just found a random website with calendars, and that's what I did. I printed out 2 calendars, November and December, and I've taken those and printed them out onto sticker paper, put those sticker piece paper onto these pages, and voila, I have 2 calendars. I didn't really want to reinvent the wheel this year. I just wanted to use the real estate I had. I did, however, make it a little bit more personalized. Of course, this is the sticker sheet. I did decrease it slightly because it was going to be 8.5 by 11. And it would have made it overage and it wouldn't have worked in here. So I did shrink it down just a little bit, but there's plenty of room for me to add the dates I need. So what I also did was I just made it a little bit more cohesive. If you look carefully, this page already has printed flowers on top of it. Well, I wanted to replicate that by using some of my PowerSheet stickers, and I created that header up here as well. So I have 2 matching header pages, and then I just used some washi at the bottom to cover up some of that branding from the place I got this. I did then again cover up these dates, totally not necessary to cover up the Sunday through Saturday, but this was such a dark stretch of black that I wanted to brighten it up a little bit. So I just put some stickers on top. Now for the main part on how I organize my dates. Now, obviously you don't have to do all of this. You can certainly do this in your current planner as well. So you can see I have these 2 sticky notes, and what I've gone through is all the pages of the prep work. So obviously there's some that require some work and some that just require reading. I've gone ahead and read this page, made a little highlight to myself. This is a great place to add other sticky notes, things highlight. I highly encourage you guys to mark up your planner as much as you can, because it will serve you better in the long run. When you're flipping through, needing some inspiration, needing some encouragement, you'll have your previous work ready to go. So I do have my first sticky note saying that I need to group 7 through 9 and maybe 10 through 11 together. And so let's take a look at how I mentally group these together. So this is obviously all the PowerSheets have the page number on them. And so this is a good place for you to just try to wrap your head around what work is manageable in a allotted time. So me giving myself 2 months, spreading that over almost 8 weeks, maybe 9 weeks, I have a good grasp on how many pages I can do with the quantity that's involved in them. So for my example, 7 through 9, so 7, 8, and 9, would all be one workstation session. So I would set my timer for like say 30, 40 minutes, go to a coffee shop, find a nice quiet place, and just start getting reading, and just diving into those pages. So I have 7 through 9, and then I thought, well, maybe I should do 10 and 11 associated with it. So I really know myself personally that when I start my power sheets, I'm going to be gung-ho. I'm going to be raring to go. So I know that I will do more pages at the beginning of my sessions than I will near the end. And I'll tackle that in a second. So I did kind of do that for the entire planner. So the next section is 12 to 13. And then obviously I've got some mindset shifting. So this obviously doesn't require a lot of work. It just is a little bit of reading and highlighting and noting and writing anything that inspires you. So between 14 and 17, I thought this would be very manageable to do in one session. And of course, you'll have pages like this that don't require any reading or notation at all. It's just to serve you for some inspiration. And that's why I love PowerSheets. They have all of these little hidden nuggets throughout. So ending on 12 and 13, 14 and 17, then I have 19 will be its own day. Then moving on, I've got 20 and 21. This is when you start really brainstorming your goals. Of course, you've done just a little bit of brainstorming right up here up front, but this is just really high level. You've gone through a little bit of the work and you're going to brainstorm even farther with your next set of goals. Then we've got 22 and through 25. Again, lots of reading. These are examples. If you look for any of these blue boxes, those are examples that they're giving you. So that's 20 and 21. It's just a little bit of reading and a little bit of brainstorming. Then I move on to 22 and through 25. So this is 24. So this would be this section here. And then you've got your yearly goals. And by the way, these little page flags, those go with the stickers. So if you wanted to color code your life, these stickers do match and fit in those sections there. My next section is 28 and 29. So obviously this does not require a lot of reading, but 28 and 29, this is when you have your action plans for your goals. Then you would do one session would be one goal each time. I don't ever want to make a double goal session. This is why it's going to take some time to work through, because I really want to do a great job honing in on all of those goals. Okay, and then obviously blank page, you could use it for whatever. And then we start mapping out breaking that down into your quarters. So I would do this entire section all at once. And then moving on to the next few pages, I have your word of the year, which I highly suggest you use your bookmark for it. You can move this around. I also page flag this using some of those Avery labels. Those work well. My next section is 50 and 51. And then I have 52 through 55. And then last but not least, I actually do need to start January, because you want to jump into January all ready to go. So be working on this the last week of December. So now let's go ahead and fast forward or backtrack to our calendar. And how I lay this out is I really do mentally start at the back and work my way forward to wherever I'm at. That way I have an appropriate amount of time to space everything. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some stickers, because this always makes it fun. Now you're welcome to put everything on sticky notes and move it around. I'm just going to go ahead and dive in. I do have some stickers that I don't have very many functional boxes with my PowerSheets. Most of them are decorative or like, you know, word based. So I do have some that I took from my Erin Condren stash. They all match so lovely. I usually do stay away from this red and substitute pink, but all the other colors match so wonderfully, and they're great for putting in obviously things I need to get done. I love these strips here as well. I also have my other planners to consult. Keep in mind Thanksgiving or Christmas or any other holidays you celebrate. So as you're moving in here, you're not planning something on those days as well. So I always start with the last one. So this will be January goals. And that's going to be a session, and that I'm going to put this weekend, like a Sunday, Monday thing, because I will be on holiday break and I know I can take care of that in between Christmas and New Year's. So I've got that one done. And then if you wanted to, you could certainly put the page numbers. That will also help. And so when you look at your sticky note, you will probably be flipping back and forth. And it also is a good idea to mark in those times in which you'll have to do a quarterly assessment reset. And so I do have those here. So I'm going to put another sticky note next to it. So in the following days after I figured out my goals, I can work on my breakdown list, my weekly rhythms, and of course my tending list for the month. One of the great things about using these Erin Condren stickers as well is that there are some decorative stickers. I know the ones that came in the planner just work fine, but I like adding a few extra items as I move along just to brighten up the space and make it feel really festive to want to be in. Sometimes I want nice and skinny low ones and I put them up high and then put decorative stickers down below. There's just so many different ways to make this spread work and want you to be in the space as well. Okay, that pretty much does a good job on that. Now, these are our goal pages. Now, I'm assuming I'm going to be using a lot of them. That doesn't mean I'll necessarily use all 8 of them. So I do need to plan for that though, just in case I decide to go all in on my goals this year. And there it is. It worked out great. It always helps to pre-write them on the table and then attach them as needed. All right, let's finish up with the remainder of the pages we've got. So we need to start with 22 to 25. That is my last sticker. You obviously can use date dots up here. I'll get to that off camera, but do you see what I mean about how adding the stickers in the appropriate spaces really does make planning in here so much fun. Now the last thing is I'm just going to go through here with a couple of the decorative stickers that are in the stickers from the PowerSheets of 2026. I think I bought the other ones long time ago, but I did look online and they have something very similar with the same colorways. What the great thing about PowerSheets and Cultivate What Matters is they use the same sort of tones every single year, so all of your stickers will match. I mean, I bought this in 2020 and everything still goes with my planner, and I love that. They keep to knowing what works, and it works for them. I am so excited to get working on my PowerSheets, and I hope this inspires you to enjoy your own PowerSheets journey by setting up ahead of time to make sure things are going to run smoothly in the long run. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.